Chaz Kendricks. Getting to Happy by Terry McMillan. 14 years. On the morning her doorbell rang, Gloria was in the backyard on her hands and knees, pulling weeds and digging in dirt. She removed her cowhide gloves, wiped the sweat from her brow, took a sip of her Pepsi and yelled, "Be there in a second." Gloria whistled and skipped up the 3 steps because she was happy. It was her and Marvin's anniversary. For the past 14 years, they were guilty of filling each other's lives with so much love, they often thanked each other for it. And no matter what day of the week their anniversary fell on, Gloria always took 2 days off from Oasis, her hair salon, and let Joseph and the girls run things. Right now, Marvin was over at Clarkson's nursery, buying flats of Ocotillo, Red Yucca, and Baja Ruby fairy dusters, along with mulch and bumper crop. For at least a decade, they marked their anniversary by planting a single hue of flowers indigenous to the desert. This was their red season. The soles of her rubber boots were caked with mud, so Gloria kicked them off before entering the kitchen. She could smell the oxtails beginning to stew in the crock pot she'd filled with water and garlic, onions and celery, and probably a dozen spices. This was Marvin's favorite dish. On their anniversary, she always gave him what he wanted. Last year, Gloria gave him an iPod, and since Marvin loved him some Marvin Gaye, she had Jolene, the white girl who does weaves down at Oasis, loaded up with every song he ever made. Lately, he'd gotten addicted to John Legend, so Jolene was about to add all the songs from his CD except number 5, which was about cheating. Marvin didn't agree with that one. Gloria walked through the family room. Thanks to Marvin, with the help of Savannah's handy husband Isaac, the two had bought this 50-year-old, as of 2005, ranch-style house, complete with 1-foot square tiles and skylights, white oak floors, and distressed wood cabinets, along with plenty of smooth granite tops. The house was small, not big enough for more than one adult house guest, since only a daybed fit into one of the 3 bedrooms. Gloria had fixed up the other room for her grandkids when they slept over. Before she reached the front door, she could see a few long-stemmed birds of paradise and a pink ginger peeking through the glass. Gloria was tickled. Marvin always had them delivered early. Wanted her to know she was still being wooed. It's definitely date night. They'll have dinner around 6, by candlelight, a couple of glasses of champagne, and a bubble bath, by candlelight. Then they'll turn the lights on to read their cards to each other, since neither of them can read without their glasses. Gloria will wear a pretty nightgown. She's thinking about the crimson one. Since she's managed to maintain the size 14, she walked her way down to from an 18. She'll spray his favorite cologne in the air and then walk through it. Marvin will wear his plaid cotton bottoms and a white t-shirt. By 9 o'clock, they'll most likely curl up under the covers and watch Titanic, or try to, since they've never managed to make it to the end. Over the years, Gloria has thought about fast-forwarding it, but then that would feel like cheating. Besides, they know how it ends. Gloria opened the door and glanced over the delivery boy's shoulder. She smiled at the boat parked in the driveway. As soon as Marvin had left this morning, she called Tariq to drive it on over. He had hidden it in his backyard for 2 days. The small Mexican boy didn't look a day over 15 and couldn't be an inch over 5 feet. There was a hint of black peach fuzz below his nose, and he was the one driving the van. So what did she know? You are Gloria Matthews? I am indeed. Bueno, these flowers for you. He handed the tall vase to her, but it was obvious it was too heavy. I take in for you, he asked, first with his eyes. Gloria stepped aside. Thank you. Happy birthday to you, he said as if he'd memorized it. Oh no, it's not my birthday. Anniversary. Sí, congratulations, he said proudly. Muchas gracias. She ushered him across the room to the nook where he set the vase in the center of the white table. The tissue paper around the base was wet, but she didn't care. Muchas gracias, she said to the boy again, and signed the delivery receipt. As he turned to leave, Gloria reached into what she called her everything drawer and pulled out a $10 bill. Wait, tip for you, she yelled as if he were deaf. The young man looked shocked when he saw it was a 10. He took a step forward as if he wanted to hug her, but knew it was inappropriate. This woman had made his day and night. He knew he had made hers too. After he'd gone, Gloria remembered she'd forgotten to take her blood pressure medication again. She took her daily aspirin before she went to bed. She'd had a heart attack back in '89, right after she met Marvin. This was when he became her personal trainer and nutritionist. He saw to it Gloria walked almost daily and ate wisely. The only time she cheated was during holidays and their anniversary. She was looking forward to having a little gravy this evening. As she lifted the top off the oxtails, Gloria knew it would still be a couple of hours before she could add the carrots, tomatoes, and butter beans. Butter beans! She didn't see any of those cans on the counter because she hadn't taken any out of the cabinet. Shoot! She called Marvin. What's going on, baby? He said, singing like Marvin Gaye. Yes, Mr. Gay. Would you mind picking up a few cans of butter beans on your way home? I thought you were my butter beans. I am, but I'm not in a can. How soon before you think you'll be finished? Are you rushing me, woman? He asked, trying to sound harsh, which was almost impossible. I'll be there when I get there. Gloria tried to hold back her laughter. You know Tariq and Nikita are planning to stop by for a hot minute in about an hour or so with the kids. They made us something. I hope she didn't have to cook it. Nikita doesn't have any cooking skills. Gloria and Marvin haven't been able to figure out how they're all still alive. She refuses to follow a recipe, and Gloria has tried to teach her the basics since her own mama apparently forgot. Nikita still can't make a decent tuna sandwich. Even eggs give her problems.